Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. And this is actually round number 15 here at Sonoma. So sorry for that typo there. And we're out here at the road course here in Sonoma, California. And well, what happens when you take some stock car guys going on oval tracks and put them on a road course? Well, you're going to find out tonight, folks. Some guys may not be exactly their cup of tea. And we're going to see how the guys handle this 1.96 mile road course here. And boy, they have a little hot day out there today. 83 degrees air temperature. Winds are at 8 miles an hour, kind of gusty out there today. And look at that track temperature, 128 degrees. And look like we're just about wrapping up the practice session here. So we'll head on down to the track here and see if we can catch somebody out there on the circuit there. Let's see who we have out there. We have there's the 44, Maurice Gomillion. Now, actually, he's looks like he's just finishing because, as you can see, the countdown clock is just about winding up. So everybody is just getting ready to come in now. There's the who is that? Dustin Swingle, the 9 car. He's getting trying to get one last lap in. He's 20th fastest at the moment. Checkered flags are in the air, so we can go ahead and roll over to the qualifying session here. We're going to see how, I wonder how they're going to do this tonight. If they're going to do the single car qualifying, and we'll see here. And we'll see who, one car looks like everybody's coming out on pit road, and I think they're going to do that once again here tonight for folks. We're going to have that live qualifying for you. We're waiting to see who's going to be first. And nobody's out just yet. No, and I think I hear somebody moving, and look to see who might be going out first here. I guess they're trying to get things lined up here to see what the deal is. And while we're waiting for them to do that, let's take a real quick look at the top 10 there. Dustin Swingle leading with 568 points. Vincent Sora down to second. And Karlik looking pretty good there up in the 3rd spot. Thomas Walter, he did lose a position down to 4th. Maurice Gomillion 5th. Kyle Rochelle is 6th position. Patrick Hernandez 7th. Merrick Watchorn in 8th. Landon Durholm 9th. And Adam Westfield rounds out the top 10 in the standings. Okay, there we go. With now they may just be doing the regular private qualifying possibly, because here's Kyle Rochelle, he's out on track, and Sean Huffstutler, he's already out on track as well. So we do have multiple cars going out at the same time. We'll ride along here. We'll continue to ride along here with Sean as he gets up to speed here. Well, he's getting ready to come around to possibly start his first time to run here. And he's on his way. And I tell you, this is a track like this, all of the elevation changes. This is it takes a lot of patience, and some of the guys there, of course, they're not may not be as used to road course racing as some of the others. So those with more road course experience, you will definitely see them up towards the front for sure. Stutler making his way through the course here. Making his way around the final turn. Let's see what lap time he comes up with as he makes his way towards the start-finish line here. Okay, his first lap time's highest on the chart so far, a minute 21.604. That is the time to beat, and he's locking it down, trying to. He ran off course. So if you run off course during a qualifying run, then the lap's just not going to count. And so he knew that once he went off the road, he might as well park it there. Here's Kyle Rochelle. Let's see what kind of time he can put down. Look like he's making his way around. This might actually be the end of his first timed run. Okay, yeah, say hi to folks in the chat now. I'm just seeing here they're kind of doing like group qualifying, and they're doing like 5 cars at a time. Oh, Kyle Rochelle having a little rough time there. Let's go ahead and jump over to Patrick Hernandez. And he's still, this might be, oh, and he decided to park it. Okay. So he does not have a qualifying time as it stands right now. Let's see who else is out. There's Adam Westfield heading out. And having a little bit of connection issue there with Adam, and we'll try to hang on there with him. Let's see. Let's jump over to Aaron Kralik, see where he is. He's on his way out as well. And none of these guys have crossed the line yet for their first time run. Thomas Walter making his way down the back section of the course. Oh, and he just went off there a little bit. I don't know if that lap's going to count or not. Let's check on Adam's progress. He's making his way around the final turn here. We can hang on there to him. And did he get an official time? And it doesn't look. Apparently, he must have went off the road at some point, so he did not get an official qualifying time there at all. Not for that lap, unless that was just his out lap. And we'll see who else is on try. Here's James Trammell. Let's check on Thomas Walter. He was I think he was a little further around than James was. Oh, and he went off course too. So I don't know. I almost don't think that's going to count there. There's a 16 Aaron Carley. And so far, we only have Hustutler and Rochelle with official times on the board. These guys are finding a little rough going here, trying to, get a qualifying time in, keeping that car in between the lines. At Westfield now, he's second fastest with a 121.917. Thomas Walter looks like he just jumped to the top of the charts here with a 119.891. Let's check on James Trammell. See, oh, got a little sideways. Boy, that was a neat little slide there. Managed to keep it on the course. I think he might have just put a wheel over. Trying hard, so hard, trying to get that lap in there, and Now just trying to get to the start-finish line. We'll see if that one, if that uh, lap will count as it comes to the line. And it doesn't look like it. Oh, yes, it does. He did get one. The 7th fastest, the 125.404. Well, you can see that, if I think I saw, you can see that right rear coming off the ground as they come up the top of the hill there, that first right-hand turn. There's Joshua Stevens. Now, this could be his out lap, so we'll have to wait and see here. When he crossed the line, if he doesn't show a lap time, it could be either if he went off course or he's just starting his first time lap. He's like he's getting down close to the end of the course here. Making his way around. Going down the back section here. There's a 19 American watch horn. Taking that turn, that it's interesting because you have these left and right turns and elevation changes at the same time. So for a guy that's may not be 100% used to it, it really can catch you out there a little bit. And I don't see Joshua Stevens. He might have decided that. Let's see. There he is now. Okay. And he's 8th fastest with a 130.830. And they may. I wonder if they only have one qualifying lap here. Ryan Ferraro, he's 9th fastest. And Vince Sora, he's 10th fastest at the moment. And they may actually have 2 laps because he's already got one time lap and looks like he's continuing on here. Now let's see, where did Stevens ended up 8th fastest? Yeah, we were watching him earlier. There's Merrick Watchhorn. He's 9th fastest at the moment, 142.764. Okay, I'm just seeing in the chat, it is indeed one lap qualifying. Oh, and he went off there, and I think it's that same deal like we saw yesterday. You know, when they cross the start-finish line, it kind of, the out lap, it gives you this funky lap time, but that's not their actual qualifying lap. So yeah, this he's coming around this time. That'll probably be his official lap time as he crosses the line. Making his way down to the carousel here. Easing through there, put the power down to the start-finish line. Let's see, he's at 11th. He fall into 11th. Did he pick it back up? And yes, he did. 9th fastest again, 123.946. Let's see who else is out. Ryan Ferraro. He's 7th at the moment, 122.871. There's the 24 Landon Durhol. No time yet on the board. So you also have the 28 Jesse Thornock out. This is the next group of 5. Followed by Christopher Lewis. He's not too far behind Landon there. That'd be another reason why they're only letting so many cars out at a time, so they'll have adequate space in case someone else has a problem. Oh, and Lewis goes off the road there a little bit. Want to have plenty of a gap so does not compromise somebody else's run. Sonoma can be a bit of a challenging course regardless of what kind of car you're driving. Oh, and he's getting it a little wrong there, hard into the wall. And there's Maurice Gomillion. Still no time on the board yet. Making his way now around to the final turn here. Now, I believe he's now on his actual first time, his timed lap. That was just his first time going across the line. You see anything like in the minute 40s, that's not the official time. I would gather he'll. Well, let's see. No, it's showing him 15th fastest. Let's check on Landon Durholt's progress here. He's coming out of the final turn. Let's see what kind of lap time he comes up with here. Up to 4th fastest, a 1:21.262. There's Thornock making his way out of the final turn. And he moves up to 12th position with a 25.649. And those of you that are maybe watching on your computer or smart TV, if you go to your phones and go to the my broadcast channel there, and if you look in the description, there's a link there for live timing, and you can see a lot more information there as well. A lot of the stuff that I can see that I can't show everything on the screen during the broadcast, and that's another feature we bring you here on Rice Motorsports TV. Let's see, is anybody else? Looks like that might be. I don't see anybody else on track, so they perhaps might be done here. And while we wait to see, okay, the checkered flags are out, so we are done with qualifying. So we'll go ahead and they're getting ready to line up here. As we wait for the cars to come out on track, let's go ahead and take a look at your starting grid. We have Thomas Walter on the pole here with that 1:19.891, followed by Vince Sora. Third is Tom Senchak. Maurice Gomillion starting 4th. Landon Durhold, 5th position. Sean Huffstudler, 6th. Adam Westfield, 7th position. Kyle Rochelle in 8th. And 9th, we have Ryan Ferraro. And rounding out the top 10, Aaron Krolick. 11th, Merrick Watchhorn. James Trammell, 12th position. 13th, we have Jesse Thornock. 14th, Joshua Stevens. 15th, Kane Hoy. 16th, Gene Calhoun III. 17th, Christopher Lewis. A lot of these guys didn't put a time up. Dustin Swing will be starting 18th. 19th, Dakota Moniz. 20th, Patrick Hernandez. Mike Vano, 21st. 22nd, Dustin Bohannon. So that will be your starting order. Definitely a kind of a different lineup here tonight. Guys that would normally don't quite see up the front. Waiting for the pace truck to take them off. Thomas Walter will be leading the field out. And they're off for their pace lap here. And we're showing 22 cars in the server tonight. And there's plenty of runoff room here, and some of the guys may be glad for that fact. Of course, there are some areas where even though you have runoff room, there could be a wall waiting for you if you go too far off. So we will see who can tame Sonoma here, who got the best control. This will be a 74-lap event tonight. Now they probably, being as it's a road course, probably will not have, cautions. Obviously, full course caution. That could be pretty time consuming. So I'm thinking they probably don't have them for the road course race. Coming around, the pace truck is off. Here we go, waiting for the start. The lights are out, and we're racing here at Sonoma. Boy, a drag race down to turn one. Sora and Walter going right in there. Everybody's making it through up that first turn. Let's look a little further back. Everybody got through cleanly. Oh, they're getting out close to that wall as they exit that turn there. So we're trying to keep pace with the 57 of Thomas Walter. Walter already has about almost a second lead there. Has come down at about 9/10. Making their way around to complete lap one. Walter clearly in front here. He'll come across the line first to complete lap one. Now we see it look like maybe 4 cars are starting to develop a little bit of a gap from the rest of the field. There's Sora. He's got a lot of pressure there from Tom Sinchak. And I believe that's Maurice Gomillion behind Sinchak there. Riding on board the 44 car. Very twisty course at times. Make their way down a little further back. There's Kyle Rochelle in 5th spot. Oh, and who was that? Looked like that was Sean Huffstadler. Run a little wide there. Opening the door for Aaron Crawley. He couldn't quite get by the 94, though. They raced down to the start-finish line. Huffstetler's going to hold on to that 6th position. Kralik, I'm sure, try to keep the pressure on the 94 there. And there's about over a second back to 8th position, the 19 American Watchhorn. Meanwhile, up the front, that gap has come down to less than half a second now, or right around half a second. Vincent Sora and Tom Sinchak definitely trying to close in on the 57 of Thomas Walter there. Trying to put down that power as quickly as possible as they come down across the start-finish line. Now lap 4 of 74. This is such a tricky turn here. You can get wrong so easily if you try to push it just a little bit too much. Quite a challenging course. The elevation changes and the directional changes happening at the same time. Excellent challenge as far. Oh, they all look like they're all kind of doing that, going over that rumble strip there on that particular corner exit. Sinchak trying to keep the pressure on the 14. They've opened up over a 2-second gap back to the 44 of Maurice Gamillion, and he's got 3 seconds on Kyle Rochelle, running in 5th spot there. And that was Sean Huffstetler right behind him there, still maintaining a little bit of a gap there between him and the 16 Aaron Kralik. And we're seeing showing that Hernandez crashed and Jesse Thornock. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened there. There's Hernandez, and Thornock was just ahead of him, that silver car. Oh, and they're going around, and he like turned into the 2, and he had lost a little control there. And from that point, I guess that was what was registered as the crash. Let's take it live here, see if he's still running. Yeah, he's still out there. Also showed some action here with Adam Westfield. Let's see what happened there. This is him now going through the carousel. Oh, and he got on the bind. Oh, and hit the tire barrier there. Oh, and he got significant damage to the front of that 92 machine. Let's take it back live here as everybody tries to go around, and he's continuing on with that nose missing. And so far, we don't really show anybody. Out Lewis here. I can't see him on my other screen. He's on the pits. Can't tell if he's still running though. Meanwhile, Thomas Walter, well, that lead is still just under half a second. They're right there. Walter, Sora, and Sinchak. There's Maurice. He's comfortably in that 4th spot. He's got a nice cushion there. He's 2 behind the top 3, but over almost 3.5 ahead of 5th place, Kyle Rochelle. Maurice Gamillion on a good run here. He can see that the top 3 right there. If something happens, he's probably far enough back not to get caught up in it should anything happen. So he could be in the catbird seat right here to capitalize on any unfortunate event for somebody in front of him. And of course, like with road course racing, you don't have the benefit of a caution to really, go in and, get work done on the car and not lose a lap. If anything happens and you need to pit, then hey, that's just it. And boy, they're battling here. I think we just about got a lead change here. Looks like Sora managed to make it around Walter. Vincent Sora now your leader. Senchak also followed him right through. Thomas Walter now back to third there. Oh boy, they're trying hard there. Maurice Vermillion now, he's starting to put pressure on the 57 as well. Still in fourth position, but now he's got third place Walter in his sights. And we have Merrick Watchorn. Oh, more damage there for the 19. It didn't show that he crashed, but it showed that he just went off track. So he's definitely going to want to get that. That's a pretty heavy damage there on the 19 car. Let's see if we can see what happened to him here. Now that's already showing the damage. Let's go a little further back. Oh, that was this. Looks like the second impact. Here's before everything happened. Okay, he hit the tire barrier there. That was hit number one, and we saw the other one. So he did make collision twice. He used his fast repair there, and he's on his way now. He did lose a lap, though, unfortunately, now in 20th position. Like I was saying, if you have to stop, you don't have the benefit of a caution lap to go in and get work done. The race continues on under green. So basically everything, any kind of stop would be a green flag pit stop in essence. Walter still holding on to that third position. Maurice Gamillion trying to close in. He lost like a little bit of ground, I believe, to the 57. Kyle Rochelle still in fifth spot there. And as well as the 94, Sean Huffstudler in sixth. Trying to see if he can close in on that 21 car. There's Dustin Bohannon now. Nice, got a bit of pressure there from Patrick Hernandez. Beat up front or not, he's still there in 10th spot, challenging for that 9th position. I guess as long as his radiator isn't damaged, and looks like he's going to challenge, and it looks like he's going to get it. Hernandez up to 9th spot there. And like I was saying, as long as that radiator isn't damaged, as hot as it is out there today, they definitely can't afford any overheating, that's for sure. Making our way down to the start-finish line. Now Hernandez might have escaped a significant damage where Merrick Watchorn had to pit. He might have had enough damage where his water temperatures were just creeping up. And, a little bit of Bohannon went off into sand there a little bit. None the worse for wear. There's Landon Durhol trying to close in on the 07. Gomillion, he got by. Looks like he got by Walter there. And also, Rochelle also got by Walter. Maurice Gomillion up to third spot. And let's see here. We got a report that Sean Huffstutler had crashed. Let's go if we can. And I think, let's see, let's check out Thomas Walter here. Let's see, this might be where Gomillion got past him here. He's showing us having an incident here. Making their way around the final turn. Oh, and he looped it. No damage to the 57 with just that easily allowed the 44 Maurice Gomillion. There's Kyle Rochelle. And Sean Huffstutler kind of doing the same thing there, trying to get on the power too hard, too quick, and that's why he lost a few positions there as well. And take it back live here. Huffstutler now in 7th position. Meanwhile, up the front, Tom Sinchak, he's both him and Sora gained a position. Maurice also gained a position. Walter lost 3. Kyle Rochelle, he's up 3 positions from the start, along with Aaron Kralik gained 4 spots. Huffstutler, he only lost 1 position in that spin. James Trammell, he's up to 8th spot. He gained 4 positions, from other guys having some problems here. Patrick Hernandez, he started way down the order, didn't qualify, and he's gained 11 positions. And he's actually not even the guy that has gained the most so far is Dustin Bohannon, and now in the top 10. He gained 12 from the start. He got his way up into the top 10. Joshua Stevens right behind him there. He's gained 3. So a lot of the guys have picked up a lot of positions here. There's his teammate Dustin Swingle. He gained 6 spots. Landon Durhol, he had some problems somewhere along the way. He's lost 8 positions. There's Kane Hoy back in 14th. That colorful Goodwrench machine. Missing the hood. Something happened along the way there for him to lose that hood. You got Adam Westfield. He's showing quite a bit of damage there as well. Still rolling though. And Jesse Thornock, he's running 16th, but he's only lost 3 spots. You got Ryan Ferrara behind him. He's lost several. I think it was 8 positions there. And then running in the 18th position, Dakota Moniz actually picked up a position. Started 19th. And he's getting out the way there. Your leaders just went by. Vincent Sora and Tom Sinchak continuing to do battle there. Now 12 laps on the books. About to start lap 13 here. Trying to put a little distance between him and the 8 machine. Normally we would be able to do some interviews like at a caution, but we're not going to really have any cautions today, so won't get a chance to really talk to the guys now because you definitely don't want to break somebody's concentration here. Sinchak continuing to put pressure on the 14. Both him and Sora seem to have a pretty good handle on this road course, though. Well, he really closes up on the back of the 14 there. Sora putting that power down. And he pulls away from the 8 as they cross the start-finish line. That's one place where he gets a good getaway as they go down to turns 1 and 2 there. Passing definitely can be tricky on this course. And you do have to, sometimes it helps the other guy has a little bit of a mistake, as we saw some guys put the power down in that carousel a little too much and just looped it right on around. If you're close enough, you can definitely benefit from that for sure. Look like they're coming up on some more lap traffic there. See, that might be, looks like that might be Hernandez and Stevens. Let's go to Hernandez, look behind him. Well, that must not have been him. That must have been somebody else that the leaders are approaching. I think it's like maybe 17th position. Might be Jesse Thornock. Let's see here. Yeah, that's because Sora's right there behind the 28 car coming through the carousel there. And there your leaders right there. Just under 2 seconds now from lapping another car. You can see that nice gap that Sora opens up. And I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'm gonna show you a little something here. Let's run that back, and we're gonna do a little slow motion here for a second. You guys out there race go-karts, you'll get this. Now look at the 14 as he goes through this at the top of this turn. Look at the right rear tire as he goes through there. Now you see how the right rear is coming off the ground. You know, that's it was real quick. It didn't last long, but you know, for those of you that go-kart racing, you know, that's a good thing. You're going through that turn, you know that chassis set up right. Let's take that back live. And if that inside tire is coming off the ground just a little bit, that kart is set up right. And, you know, and a lot of those physics, they carry through to all kinds of racing, especially on road course. You may not see it that much. Looks like Landon Durhol's on pit road. Doesn't look like he has any damage there. This may just be for possibly a fuel stop here. Actually, no one's been in. This is only the second car to come in on pit road other than Merrick Watchorn, who actually pitted twice. So he might be getting, let's see if he looked like he might have used the fast repair there, and looked like he's going to get tires. Four tires and fuel for the 24 machine. Down and away he goes. He's going to come out in 17th position, a lap down. Of course, your leaders still have to, there's Watchorn right in front of him, just went past. There's a 92 at Westfield. Still rolling along there, trying to catch Bohannon there in the 07 machine. Now he's coming in for his pit stop. I believe he's one of the guys that stayed out after getting that damage. I'm guessing he'll probably go ahead and use that fast repair. This may be also 4 tires and fuel, but go ahead and get that 92 machine fixed. He makes his way down pit road. Careful not to overshoot his stop. Right on the marks there. And there goes that fast repair. Good to go. Your leaders still have yet to start. When he's down and away, and Landon Durhol, he's on his way in. Fuel stops starting to happen now. Well, your leaders, they still have yet to pit. Vincent Sora still continuing on here. Lap 17. So it may not be a situation where they're pitting because they have to because of fuel. It may just be their tires or may just be gone and they just have to go get some fresh Goodyears. Tom Sinchak, he's really been hanging on to the 14 of Vincent Sora there. Got a little company here now. Got the catching some lap traffic. Bohannon getting a little loose there, and Sora's going to have to be careful trying to keep the 8 machine behind him as they navigate this traffic here. Oh boy, 3 wide. Look at that. And Sinchak is just like that. Sora loses that first position. That's what I was saying. You get that lap traffic, and oh boy, did Tom Sinchak drop the hammer once he got past the 14 there. Boy, this is going to be interesting to see now because Sora, he was making a little headway on the 8 car when they came out of that final turn. Sinchak may now be able to show his strength here on the road course. That was a very opportunistic move there for the 8. As they were going by, I'm not sure who that was they were going by. Might have been Dustin Swingle, perhaps, but there's Swingle. Yeah, he was the one that they did pass. Vincent Sora now struggling to keep up with the 8 machine. He's just about, not quite half a second ahead of the 14. Make their way through the carousel here. Sinchak locking him up a little bit. And look at, he's running wide, and he's gonna, oh boy, a drag race. Who can get the power down the best? Boy, here we go down the start-finish line. And Sora right back to the front. Sinchak, he was able to take advantage of that 3 wide situation a couple of laps ago. And like I said before, in that carousel, that's probably a good opportunity for people to pass, whether going around lap traffic or just a guy getting on the power just a little bit too much or just getting it wrong, the angle coming out of the corner exit. Great racing between the 14 and the 8 here. Oh, and look at that. And it looks like the 8's he was almost trying to do the same thing that the 14 did on the previous lap. But Sora, he didn't really go all that wide. It was probably actually the better line through the carousel there. pinch it down a little bit too much, you just can't, you can't get down on that power as much as a car with a little bit wider arc coming out of that turn. It looked like they're getting ready to catch the 10 of Joshua Stevens there. And there'll be another opportunity for the 8. We'll see what happens when they catch up to this car. Stevens, he's currently, he's only showing, he's like the tail end of the lead lap. And that's what you see his name in blue there in timing and scoring. That it does that when the system thinks you're getting close to going a lap down, it automatically turns your name blue, even though you haven't been lapped yet. So both Stevens, Trammell, and Hernandez are within striking distance of the leaders, technically. So it's scoring them, in blue as potentially going a lap down here. There's Stevens. He's staying wide as the leaders come through the carousel. So no challenge there, no benefit there for the 8 car to take advantage of. So once again, he has to try to track down the 14 of Vince Sora. Now we have the lap car or Lewis that they're about to run up on. Oh, and they come door to door there, and that time looks like Sora's the one that went a little wide. He managed to hold on to it, though. Boy, that was close. Well, the Sinchak is going to be hounding him every step of the way. And Vincent Sora, he needs a good finish too, because he, he's had some races here recently. He's been running good, and what happened there? Okay. Let's run that back just a little bit here so we can see what happened. Looks like the 40, is that the 46? Looked like he was trying to stay out of the way. He went off the track, and it kind of just shot him back onto the track. And trying to stay out of the way of the leaders, almost collected one. Let's take it back live here. Sora continues to lead. They've lapped up to 9th place so far. Patrick Hernandez, let's see where he is in relation to the leader. And he's got some lapped cars in front of and behind him as well. Hernandez still on the lead lap. He's got Thornock and Ferraro. They're both 1 lap down. Now 23 laps on the board. And he's locking it down. His tires might be going away too, and he just passed somebody. Couldn't tell who that was. Well, that was Ferraro, and there's Thornock. Now Sora is about, you see there, he's like 32 seconds behind the 28 car. So right now, as it stands, Hernandez, Thornock having a little problem there. Hernandez does have a bit of time now before the leaders catch him. Currently running in 8th position. Matter of fact, he's still a good half a lap ahead of the leaders. He's about, I guess you would say, maybe 3/4 of a lap behind the leaders. So they would have quite a ways to go before they catch the 2 machine. And if he were to continue on this way, if he stays out as long as they do, then he could probably still pit, get his car fixed, and stay on the lead lap. Because if he were to pit, right now he's showing in 8th position. If he were to pit, they would definitely put him a lap down. You look at the track map there, you see him going through the carousel, and if you look further back toward the bottom part of the course, you see the leaders just making their way through there. So that's that's where we stand there as far as Hernandez staying on that lead lap. And I tell you, these guys, they just continue to go after it. Tom Sintek trying everything he can to get around that 14. Boy, he had that opportunity where he got around him when they came up on that lap car, but he kind of threw it away there when he ran wide himself. Now he's going to have to fight to get back. Got a couple more guys on pit road here. There's Maurice Gomillion coming in for probably just a regular scheduled stop. And Thomas Walter also coming in. Walter only down to 4th position. Your pole sitter, and so he hasn't lost too much here. A few more guys coming in. There's the 16, Aaron Kralik, making his way in. Vermillion got to his spot there. Now Walter's down, getting his tires and fuel. Kralik just making it around the carousel there. Head on down to his pit stall. And here comes the 2 car, Patrick Hernandez. Now you see him coming in. He's gonna probably end up losing a lap here, I would think. And we'll see what happens here, because I believe that your leaders that are coming down to the carousel. And actually, look at this. Okay, Vince Sora, he came in, he pitted. Tom Sinchak decided to stay out. A little bit of pit strategy going on here, folks. He's going to have to hammer down now to maintain that lead, because he might be coming in the next lap. Who knows? Sora's still making his way to his pit stall. It's a long crawl down to your pit stall here at Sonoma. Down and getting his tires. Let's see, Sinchak, he's making his way down now. Down at the far end of the course, getting ready to make a couple of right-hand turns here and head up the back side with a lot of the S's. Sora, he's already out. He's got a bit of lap traffic around him. Now he needs some clean running here so that he can capitalize, try to catch the 8 car whenever the 8 decides to pit. He definitely needs some clear space if he can have any hope of really trying to get past. And I tell you, he's really making his way through here now. And it looks like Sinchak, he's staying out. He did not pit this time, so he continues to stay out. And Sean Huffstudler up to the 2nd position. Now, he hasn't pitted either. The only cars that have not pitted are Sinchak, Huffstudler, Kyle Rochelle running in 3rd spot. Adam Westfield, he's a lap down, but he still has not stopped yet. Along with Dustin Stringle and Kane Hoy also have not stopped. And actually, some other guys down here, there's several others. Thornock, Durhol, Vano, and Watchorn have not stopped either. I don't know why it's saying that Watchorn hasn't stopped, because we saw him pit. That's interesting that it's showing that he did not stop. I don't know how that could be possible. That may not be right. Oh, and has a little problem there. Oh, and he almost collected his teammate. Vermillion able to get by. Merrick Watchorn having a little bit of a rough day out there today. And his teammate, Maurice Gomillion's up in 6th spot. So that'll help the team there. Having one car up in the top 10 there. They're going around some lap traffic there. There's a 46, I believe. And everybody's still running. 22 cars. No one has retired that we can see. Tom Sinchak continues to lead. Now he's just surrounded by lapped cars there. Oh boy, they're kind of, everybody's on and off the track. Sinchak making his way through the traffic. Vincent Sora, he's back in second position. Got a bit of clear running there now. Try to make up some time on the 8 car. Now, the leader's going into the carousel right this moment, and Sora is just starting down the S's here, and I think he will definitely catch him as long as he keeps it on track. He'll catch the 8 whenever he decides to pit. There's Gene Calhoun on pit road. Looks like he's just exiting. No, he's just coming in, and also got the 1 car, Dakota Moniz, coming in. Tires and fuel. Tom Sinchak continues to stay out. Now 29 laps in the books. He's got the 07 of Bohannon there to get around. It's a little tricky spot going down through the S's. He'll probably wait to get through there before he tries to get around the 07. And there's 7. Look, he's going to move to the side there. That's not a straightaway, but a little bit of a less of a twisty section there. Allows the 8 car by. Makes his way down to the carousel here. A little further back, there's Kyle Rochelle, still in 4th spot, having a good run here. Kyle's also been, had some moments where he's had some good runs up the front. It looks like, the road racing agrees with Rochelle, and right now he's looking, moving towards having a good day here at Sonoma, points-wise. Mike Banos on pit road, bringing that Folgers machine in. Car looks pretty clean, just to stop for tires and fuel. And that's going to leave, let's see, Sinchak, Huffstutler, Rochelle, Adam Westfield, Kane Hoy, Thornock, and Durhol, still the only guys that have not pitted. And it still says Watchorn showing no pit stops, but that can't be right because we saw him go in there. Actually, maybe that was somebody else. I could have sworn that we saw him go in the pit stops. I may be wrong, but I thought for sure that he pitted. And he's continuing to soldier on here in 18th position. Thomas Walster now also trying to make his way through some lap traffic here. 7 cars are on the lead lap. Aaron Pollock, he's the last car on the lead lap in 7th position there. Getting close to the halfway mark here. And Vincent Sora continues along. Landon Durhol moved to the side for the 14. Sinchak still has yet to pit. Sean Huffstadler also has been out ever since the race start, up in third spot there. Let's see. Thomas Walter is the next guy back. He's about, I'd say, about maybe 8 seconds back from Huffstadler. Locking it up just a little bit, going through that carousel. Staying off the wall, though. There's Walter making his way down. Oh, and that's somebody climbing the wall there. Who was that? That was the 48 of Christopher Lewis. He's running 21st at the moment. Oh no! Look like we have a retirement. Dakota Moniz. He now I didn't see where Moniz crashed or anything, but he had retired the car. And it's a tough break there for the one machine. We saw him come in and pit for tires. There's Joshua Stevens running 11th spot there. And he's got Gomillion ahead of him, who's a lap ahead of him on the lead lap. And they got a car. Calhoun is not on the same lap as he is. Calhoun's 3 laps down. And Stevens is only showing 1 lap down. Meanwhile, your leader, Tom Sinchak, continues to hold on. Now on lap 33 of 74. And lap 37, about the halfway point. There's Jesse Thornhock. He's coming in. This will be his first time in. Finally coming in here, lap 34. Don't know if he has to use a faster pair or not. He got a little bit of damage there on that right front fender. Yeah, they got it. Went ahead and used it. Got that car back to tip-top shape there. Thornhock in 17th at the moment. He's down and away. And so that leaves, there's still 7 cars on the lead lap. Aaron Kralik, the tail end of the lead lap. He's just over a minute behind the leaders. Kralik has stopped already. And I'm wondering if he can, is this going to be just a one stop as far as fuel is concerned? Not really sure how far they can go on a tank of fuel. And obviously they got the tires. Some of the guys can make those tires really last. Sinchak and Huffstadler are running up there in the top 5. They're still hustling right along. Kyle Rochelle, he's right up there too. He has yet to stop. He's running in 6th position. There's Huffstadler. He's continuing on as well. Tom Sinchak continues to motor along as your leader here. Lap 35 of 74. And now your leader is finally coming in, lap 35. Tom Sinchak, here we go. Sora's only like 12 seconds behind. You can see it there on that the battle box there in the lower right-hand corner. And here we go. This is what Sora has been waiting for. And there he goes right there. Vincent Sora back to the lead as Sinchak makes his way. He's still making his way down the pit road, down to his stall. And we'll see what kind of gap that he ends up with once he comes out. Four tires and fuel. He exits. He actually exits in third position. Thomas Walter back up to second. And they're pretty much at the halfway point now. They may be able to go the distance. Looks like Sean Huffstudler, he's pitting from sixth spot there. He used his fast repair there. Get that car in top shape there. He ran us the track here. Looks like he's going to come out in seventh spot there. He's got lap cars around him. He's still in the top 10, of course. Now he's the last guy on the Aaron Kralik got past him. And so he's the last car on the lead lap now. And actually, I see Kyle Rochelle still has to stop. He's running in fifth. So he would probably gain at least one position. Meanwhile, your leader, Sora, he's about 23 seconds ahead of Walter, 24 ahead of Sinchak. Now, if they had to stop again for fuel, you know, what's that pit stop delta? You know, how much time would they have to have? I'm wondering to get in and get out before. You know, I'm guessing around 30 seconds. You know, to be a comfortable margin. I would think that's how much you'd want to have to try to get in and get out comfortably and maintain the lead, if he has to stop at all. But we saw how far Sinchak went. You know, whether he might have taken it to the absolute limit there. There's the 9-car Dustin Swingle bringing it in on the pit road. Well, that's a long crawl down pit road there, folks. Getting there with 4 tires and fuel. And sometimes it seems like it takes an eternity when you're on pit road. Down and away and heading back out, running in 16th at the moment. Sinchak now. It looks like everybody has stopped except there's Huffstudler. Well, not Huffstudler, but Kyle Rochelle. He has yet to stop. He's running in fifth. And wow, 38 laps on that first tank of fuel so far. Now, Aaron Kralik is only about 6 seconds behind Rochelle there, so he'll probably lose that position. Huffstudler, you know, is not that far back either, so he might fall to 7th position if and when he stops. I don't think they can make it all the way on a tank of fuel. I don't know if they're running a 75% fuel here or not. You got Joshua Stevens there in front of him now, trying to make his way around the 88 car. Now, I'm not sure that if it were open wheel racing, they'd get a blue flag if a lead lap car was behind them. But to tell you the truth, I'm not sure if they do that with the stock cars or not. Because if he's definitely close enough. Back up the front here, Vincent Sora, your leader. And, and that gap is coming down, folks. Tom Sinchak is now just now about 15 seconds behind the 14. I mean, he is running him down, too. If it's just a thing now as far as, they may have the fuel to make it to the end. But, boy, I tell you. Let me see here. Let's, Dakota Moniz has retired. I'm not sure if he's still in here or not. We might catch a word with him and get an idea of what's going on out there if he's still in the chat server, but I don't see him. Let's see. No, I don't see him, so that would have been nice to talk to somebody who's been out there and tell us what's going on. But yeah, he probably decided to pack it in for the evening. So far only showing as our only retirement. Sora dealing with Hoy there, trying to get around the 48 car. I'm sorry, the 3 car. Oh, there's the 48. Had a little problem there. Managed to get by okay. That was Christopher Lewis. He's back running again. No contact with anybody. There's Tom Sinchak. Now less than 12 seconds behind Sora. You see, he's got a lot of. He's not had to deal with a lot of lap cars. Here's one now. That's James Trammell. Got a couple that he's going to catch up to now. Now that, who knows, that might slow him down a little bit. We'll see. And that might be why he was catching Sora so quickly. Now Trammell, he gets out of the way quickly. See, that's another thing. The way you catch the lap traffic, if it slows you down, looks like Kyle Rochelle's finally making it on the pit road here on lap 41. I'm sorry. There he is right there, Kyle Rochelle, coming in for his pit stop. But yeah, you make it how you catch that lap traffic. It really also depends on how quickly you can gain on the guy ahead of you. Now, see, he's up to 11 seconds. He's losing a little bit of time now. That is the 48. Oh boy, he really held up the 8 there. As they go down, is that the carousel they're going into? Yes, it is. He's almost. He was down to almost 10 seconds now, 11.8 behind Sora. Looks like he's got a bit more clear running in front of him there. Rochelle coming out of the pits there. Oh boy, that was a funky pit exit there. He can't help it. His second place car was right there as he's merging. And he also has Ryan Ferrara in front of him. And you can see on the timing and scoring, it's costing him time. Now he's just over 12 seconds from Sora, making his way around the lap traffic there. But all of that precious time, he probably lost a good second at least. At the pace he's running, though, he probably could catch him if he doesn't catch too much more traffic. And as you can see on your track map, though, he's right there. There's nobody between him and Sora now at all. So it is just clear running. And Sora needs to go and catch some more of those cars that are in front of him to try to get away from the 8 car. So now I'd say the battle is on here. We can watch that gap. Let's look at the. Let's take a look at the lap time history here. Let's move this up a little bigger so we can see a little better here. And we can between Sora and Sinchak, you can clearly see Sinchak now laps 38, 39, and 40. He was gaining. Look at all the time that he was gaining. And then the last 2 laps were lap 42, losing over 2 seconds to the 14 car. And yeah, I tell you that really hurt him right there. I want you to keep in mind that we have plenty of racing here for you, Rice Motorsports TV. And don't forget, tomorrow, we also, tomorrow afternoon, we have the North American Fantasy ARCA Series. And then next Thursday, we have the Midwest Winston Cup Series. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you know the next time we go live. Right now, Sora's holding on to a 12.7, like 12.6 gap between him and second place, Tom Sinchak. Ryan Ferraro making his way in on the pit road. Pitting from 12th position. Boy, that is such a long crawl to get down to your pit stall. And he hits the marks, getting his tires and fuel. And let's see. According to my records, it's showing Adam Westfield still has yet to stop. And also Landon Durhol showing the only 2 that have not pitted yet. And just as I say that, here comes Adam Westfield. Now he's gone 44 laps. So yeah, the front runners, they clearly have enough fuel to make it to the end. And it's just a question of whether or not Sora can hold on or not. Sora right now, he's got just under 11 seconds, like 10.7 to Sinchak. So he's whittling down that lead, but they're on lap 45 of 74. 29 laps to go. Thomas Walter, he made it back up to the 3rd spot there after everybody else pitted. And he's pretty comfortably ahead of Maurice Gamillion. I'd say about 7 seconds ahead of the 44 car there. And there's some lap traffic there, folks letting him through there. Maurice, a good run. And where they are now, I would think he'd have the fuel that he can make it to the end. Try to get a top 5 finish there. For Watch on E Motorsports. Gamillion definitely contributing to the team here on the road course section, no, his team owner there, Merrick Watchhorn, struggling quite a bit today. He's down there 19th, 3 laps down. Oh, watch that tire barrier. That was close. I think he's trying to make his way around. He just did get by the 48 car. And he's just working through lap traffic here. Oh, somebody, who is that? Kyle, was that Kyle Rochelle? No, it was. That was somebody else behind Gomillion. Couldn't see quite who that was. Somebody got in the, there it was Hernandez. Okay, he's still running. He's in the top 10, running 9th, 1 lap down. Doesn't look like he has any more damage. He lost his hood somewhere. I think he had already been in once, and he probably, and Vincent Sora is in. Wow, he's stopping again, and Sinchak's about to pass him. Here comes Sinchak, and there he goes right there. It didn't seem like he was he didn't stay out there that long. I'm surprised they got 20 laps, not 20 laps to go, but I mean, boy, that was quick. Maybe he's opting for the maybe short pitting here. Go ahead and get some fresh tires and fuel. And try to see if he can maybe pull the same stunt he did before on the 8 car. Now he's about 25 seconds back, 26 seconds back from the leader. Those fresh tires may help to offset that gap just a little bit. But wow, is he going to make it to the end? I'm pretty sure he's got the fuel now to make it to the end. I guess the question now is, does Sinchak, does he have the fuel to make it? And he's got a very good pace going for sure. It looks like Sora, he just, I'm not sure, he just moved to second. Where's Thomas Walter? Walter was showing in second. Uh-oh, we got a report. More trouble for the 19. There's Watchhorn. Oh, and he locked it up again. We'll take it back live here. Oh, and he's in the wall. Oh my goodness. Let's see what happened there. Making his way around here. He had just went back live when he had another little spin coming down to the carousel. He's trying a little too hard there, nosed it into the tire barrier. A little bit of a rough day there for the 19. There's James Trammell. He's on pit road. Oh boy, that was close. Going to Aaron Carlick getting by the 20 car as he exits pit road. There's Vincent Sora running second. Still got some lap cars between him and the 8 of Tom Sinchak. That gap is coming down just a little bit. He is now 22 seconds behind your leader, and it's just about to hit 20, about to hit 21. The gap there. So those fresh tires are helping him out a little bit here. And the question will be, can he, catch him? Is he going to have to pit again? There's Merrick Watchorn hitting pit road once again. There's your leader. Now they're showing only, let's see, it's showing 6 cars on the lead lap. Kralik and Huffstutler, though, are the ones in danger of going a lap down. I think you can see that was Kralik just ahead of your leader. You might see him as we get over this hill. He just went out of the picture there. So many elevation changes. Let's see if we see him down at the bottom. There he is down at the bottom of the hill. That's actually Stevens. I thought that was Kralik, but it isn't. Actually, Kralik is already showing a lap down. I'm not sure. Thomas Walter, he's in on pit road again. Okay, so more there. There's Jesse Thornock. He's in. That's his second stop. Also, second stop for Walter. Sinchak and Sora definitely, they didn't stay out longer than anybody else, but, they've been having such a good pace. And now that gap is down to 17 seconds from Sinchak. Let's look at that lap time history here. Sora, he's got right lap 48, fastest lap of the race, 1:19.881. And he's been 2 seconds quicker than Sinchak on the last 2 laps. Or lap 48 and 49, that is. And actually, Sora, just as we were looking at that, Sinchak is entering the pits. And you know what? I don't know, folks. This pit strategy might work out for Sora. Aaron Kralik, he's on his way out. Sinchak, he's out of the pits now as well, and he's only 18 seconds behind Sora. That is not much of a gap. .23 laps to go. Can Vince Sora hold off the charging 8 machine there of Tom Sinchak? And Maurice Gomillion now up to 3rd spot. The question will be, can he hold on and get a podium finish here? That'd be an excellent finish for the 44 car. Definitely has an opportunity. And also, so does Sean Huffstutler, running in 4th position there. Like Sora and Sinchak, like I said, you would expect to see them up the front, Walter as well, and even Kyle Rochelle. And but Huffstutler, he's been running in the top 10 pretty decently throughout the season. And he's been getting up there, and he's definitely showing his prowess here today on the road course, and on track to have a pretty darn decent finish here. Sora continues to lead, and at the moment, boy, he's got clear sailing in front of him. He's got a couple of cars behind him. I mean, ahead of him, Rochelle and I think maybe that's Stevens, and maybe another car. You look at the track map there; they're going through the carousel, and he's approaching it now. And so he's got maybe 3 cars to have to deal with. Sinchak just under 17 seconds behind him. And Sora trying to hold on to get a victory. He's had a couple taken away from him this season. No fault of his own, just getting caught up in incidents on track. I definitely know he would definitely want to get this one today. Help him in that championship battle. Closing in on Kyle Rochelle here. And that time continues to tick down, and Sinchak, he also has clear running in front of him. Doesn't have much in the way of lap traffic to deal with, so he can really run some really clean, fast laps there. I think that's Watchorn in front of him there. They run along, there's Joshua Stevens making his way on the pit road, pitting from 10th position there. Gene Calhoun, he's already on pit road. He may just be having work done on the car. He must not have a fast repair left. And he's going to be there a while from the looks of it. There's Stevens just making it to his stall. There's Thomas Walter. And he's got Hausstutler in his sights there. That's him right ahead of him. The battle for fourth position there. Walter, your pole sitter, it's closed right up on the 94 there. Now only 5 cars on the lead lap. Gotta be very careful how you put the power down here. Hofstadter called a little bit of curb right there. Oh, and he might make a move here going down the inside. Hofstadter runs a bit wide there. And that'll move Walter up to the 4th spot. Walter clearly faster as he just kind of motors away from the 94 there. Meanwhile, Vincent Sora continues to lead. Sinchak now 12.5 seconds behind the 14. Lap 55 or 74. These laps are winding down. I still think it's more of a question of does he have the tires to hold out and hold that 8 car back there. Say hello to the folks in the chat, and someone's saying you can barely hear me. Okay, hold on a second here. Sorry about that. It may be because of this road course, a lot more going on here. Maybe that's a little better there, I hope. Get a little bit more mic volume going on. Thank y'all for tuning in today. You know, as always, you enjoy the races. Let's see, and Maurice Gomillion, he's on pit road. Pitting from 5th spot there. Now, I guess the good news is really he's not going to lose a lap. you know, Kyle Rochelle is a lap down in 6th position. Now he's down and away. Now he's going to have the fresh tires. Let's see. Now he actually just got lapped, and he went a lap down. He's still in 5th, but he went a lap down. I think the leaders must have just went by. And there's Sora. There's Bohannon. He's on his way out of pit road. Let's see where Tom Senchak is. He's just over about 10 seconds behind Sora now, lap 57 to 74. And that's like, who's that? Trammell there getting out of the way. Once again, you know, we see Sora there, and I tell you, Senchak, he's got several cars he's got to get through. He's like maybe like about three cars at least, 3 or 4 to get past before he can start to work on that 14 car. But he's getting by the 4-car Calhoun there as they go through the carousel. Looks like he's got Landon Durhol and possibly, I think that's Maurice Gomillion that he has to get by as well before he can just really bear down on the leader. Lap 58 to 74. The laps are winding down now. Now showing only Huffstadler. Huffstadler's up there. I think he's like the 3rd car in front of Senchak here. And just got by Lewis there. Patrick Hernandez coming in on pit road. And let's see if he's got a faster pair so he can fix that tune machine. I think he already used it, though. So this is the 2nd time in. Okay, now he didn't use it the last time. So, yeah, he's good to go. Got a nice new car there for the finish of the race. Fresh tires as well. He's still in the top 10. Ryan Ferraro also coming in on pit road. Getting his tires. More guys coming in. There's Adam Westfield making his way in. And that lead, there we go, lead is down to 8 seconds now. There's still about, looks like 4 cars ahead of Senchak that he has to get around to be able to get at Sora. Next time across the line, it's going to be 24 laps to go. I'm sorry, 14 laps to go. This will be lap 60 to 74. And I don't know the pace that he has. I think that he could catch him, but we'll just have to wait and see here. Vincent Sora, he's continuing to run that. See, now he's catching Jesse Thornott. Let's look in the roof cam here. He doesn't have the cars are spaced out pretty well in front of him, so the lap traffic that he catches, now Thornott gets out of the way. I tell you, the quicker he can get through that lap traffic, boy, that's got gonna be that's gonna make or break him right here. Keep that pressure going because Sinchak is only 6.5 seconds back. I mean, he is steadily running him down here. 14 laps to go. We're at lap 60. And you just have to think that Mike Vano, he's on pit road. That's his, I think this is like his third time in. Sean Huffstadler's still in fourth spot there. And he's right now showing he's the last car on the lead lap. Only 4 on the lead lap now. Meanwhile, here with Sinchak, he's continuing along. Gap going up just a little bit. He doesn't have anybody in front of him. It was just under 6, and it went over. Now it's back now 5.5. Getting by Jesse Thornock there. He's got Maurice Gomillion ahead of him now. Still about just under 5 seconds ahead of him. He's not on the lead lap though. Ryan Ferraro making his way in. A bit of damage there on the 12 machine. Okay, Sinchak, I'm not sure if something happened there. Sinchak, where's the gap? Okay, it's the 5.7. I was looking at it from the perspective of another driver. It was a little different. Yeah, he's if the time is coming down, it's not coming down super quick, but it's still coming down. Now 5.6. And you got to wonder when that tire wear is going to start to come into play here. Still within 5 seconds, getting close. Those tires may be starting to go away just a little bit. Now actually up to 6 seconds. Lost a little bit of time there to Sora. Let's see how Sora's doing here. Does he have any lap traffic? He just got by Maurice Gomillion there. And he's got a couple of cars there ahead of him. They're not that close right now. And this is a little bit of a... Oh, and he got a little sideways there. That's not going to help his cause. That helped Sinchak for sure. Now 5-2, 5-1. Boy, that put him less than 5 seconds behind the 14. Yeah, these guys, I think they're gonna be running these Goodyears right down to the cord here, boy. And it's just a matter of who can hold on. Who's going to get the most out of those tires, make those tires last the most. There's Sora, and there's Sinchak right there, folks. Less than 5 seconds behind. You can probably almost see him. There he is. Maurice Gomillion is between the two of them. So there's your 2 leaders right there with Maurice Gomillion in the middle. Got 11 laps to go at this point. It might come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes. And they're battling everything. They're battling the track. They're battling getting through other traffic. Tires are worn down, and it's just who's gonna handle this the best. That's gonna come out on top here. Making their way down now through the carousel. There he is, and Sora, he's on his way already, rocketing up through the gears there. Down to turn 1. getting on those brakes hard. Senchak now just coming up over the hill. A little bit of a wiggle there as he comes over. 4.8 seconds is the gap. Let's look at that. Sora, he's been catching Sora the last 4 laps. Well, actually, Sora's been ahead. Yeah, he's been catching him, and that time he was 2/200ths of a second quicker than Sora. That one lap, lapped 63. So things have equalized just a little bit here. He still has Maurice Gamillion to catch. But I think Gamillion's on a little bit fresher tires as well. Gamillion, he pitted on lap 55. Senchak pitted on lap 50, so you know Gamillion's tires are a little bit like 5 laps newer. Vincent Sora, however, pitted on lap 46. And he's not quite able, you know, he hasn't even caught Maurice Gamillion yet. And they're all running really close together there lap time wise. Just not able to really make any headway now. Still hanging in that 4 second, gaining a little bit now, 4.5 seconds back from Sora. In fact, he's actually lost a little time to Maurice Gamillion there, now about 3 seconds back. But yet only just right about 4 seconds exactly from Sora. So it's almost as if, okay, who is that? I think that's Mike Vano there. Yeah, now he's going to have to get around Vano. Vano might stay out of the way here, though, as he makes his way. Oh, boy, this is going to be tricky. There he is, makes it, gets by on the inside. 4.2 seconds, the gap between him and your leader, Vincent Sora. Now lap 66 of 74. And Senchak, he's the second car behind Sora there. Now I'm sure if Sora Senchak were to catch Maurice Gamillion, he'd probably do the sporting thing and get out of the way. But you know, he's just he's racing along too, because he's I'm not sure where Huffstutler is in relation to or say Maurice Gamillion's running in 5th. And let's see if we look at something. If you look on the track map, you might be able to find them. But he may have his own battles that he's worrying about trying to catch those guys. Now less than 4 seconds is the gap between Sora and Senchak. Okay, and no, the Gamillion just went on by. His tires obviously got to be fresher than the 14. So now he's done all he can to help the 14. He's kind of on his own now, because there he is, and there's Tom Senchak. And he is right there. There's Sora right there in front of Senchak. Well, I tell you, I think both of them are just battling with worn tires, and it's just some good racing here. Who is that? Somebody's over there to the side. Who was that? Calhoun, I think it was. And they come down to the carousel here. Centrac trying to run down Vincent Sora. Lap 68 of 74. And now let's see, there's still 4 cars on the, I'm sorry, there's still actually, technically, it's saying 5 cars on the lead lap. So basically, Gomillion unlapped himself with those fresh tires. He's right in front of the leader there. Looks like the 88 of Stevens there trying to stay out of the way. Man, there's a great battle going on here, I tell you. Taking it down to the carousel here. And they're basically just racing each other because I think Maurice Gomillion probably has the tires to stay in front of them. Just by the simple fact that they're just a little bit newer. Boy, it's getting close. Less than 2 seconds now, 1.3. You have to be so careful not to overdrive it on any of these turns. You'll be tempted to try to put that power down just a little bit too much. And boy, I tell you, with these worn tires too, that could be disastrous. They've clearly shown that they've been the class of the field all race long, both Sora and Sinchak, putting up a great battle here tonight. And boy, it's less than a second now. Wow, we're going to stay with that till the end. We're going to take a quick look at some more guys in the top 5. There's Thomas Walter. He's running 4th. And definitely, he's 3rd at the moment. Definitely want to get that for the overall points. Sean Huffstudler still in 4th position. And he's got lap cars around him. Maurice Gomillion there in 5th. And Kyle Rochelle, he's 6th position. 7th is Kyle Rochelle. I'm sorry, Aaron Carlick. And looks like Sinchak, he lost let's see, he's still at that 1.3. Didn't really lose any time. And there's no one ahead of him now. Oh boy, here comes some lap traffic for Sora. He's got to hope that these guys get out of the way, and maybe just Sinchak will catch them at the wrong moment. There's who is that? That looks like Hoy staying wide there so they can get through. Maurice Gomillion's obviously not going to move. He's got fresher tires, so they're basically just following him through. Oh, get to see more little wiggles there going on. Those rear tires are starting to give up just a little bit. Boy, this is close. Less than a second now from the 14 car. Maybe make their way down to the carousel. Be careful not to spin them coming out of there. It's so easy to loop the car around there, that's for sure. There's the 8 and there's the 14. Almost getting close to a second gap, as you know, he was doing that at the beginning of the race. He'd really get down on the gas after exiting that carousel and able to put a little bit of gap between him and the 8 car. I don't know where Sinchak would probably try to pass him, or as long as he's running error-free. You would think it would probably be somewhere down there at the carousel, because now they're getting ready to go through the S's here. And unless he just had a serious mistake, I don't think he'd want to try to go there as far as passing him. Maurice Gourmet comfortably out in front of them, so he's not hampering their progress at all. Managing his own race, hanging on to that 5th spot there. And here we go, locking up a little bit, going down into the carousel. He's right there with the 14. And you can tell they're being very ginger with that throttle coming out of that last turn. Now lap 73. I'm sorry, lap 72. I thought it was about to switch to 73. Boy, they're going to get to about a couple of laps to go for that white flag. Vince Sora trying to hold on. A little bit of pit stop strategy got him in front of the 8 car. And now just longevity. Hope that it will be enough to keep him ahead of the 8. Sinchak has battled back both times. He's lost the lead. But now they're both, I mean, and actually probably more so for the 14, having even older tires. Oh, and a little bit of a mistake there by Sinchak. Cost him a little time, almost a second and a half, 1.2 seconds. Can't afford that. I was about to say, now Sora, his laps, he pitted, last time he pitted was lap 46. So his tires are only 4 laps older than Sinchak, who pitted on lap 50. So yeah, I would still say they're fairly even. Got a little bit more lap traffic here that they're going to have to deal with. Looks like that's just Maurice Gamillion. They don't really have to deal with him because I believe he's definitely going to be able to stay ahead of them. The last time he pitted was lap 55. So he definitely should have the tires to just go ahead and run his race and not compromise them. Sinchak 1.1 seconds behind now. He just cannot hold gain on the 14 anymore. In fact, he's losing a little bit of time here. It was 1.5, now back. It's fluctuating between 1.3 and 1.5. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong gap there. It's 1.2, my bad. Making their way down. And okay, Sinchak hit a cone there. Better a cone than a tire barrier, I tell you that much. And boy, we're going to get the white flag this time around. This should be it for the 14. He's got to make one more circuit. Can he keep the 8 car back there? Oh, and he lights him up just a little bit. He just has to keep doing what he's been doing. Sinchak has not been able to do anything else with him. Sinchak, he's not going to leave anything on the table. Saw somebody in the grass over there. Couldn't tell who it was. Sinchak's hoping for a mistake from the 14 machine. I mean, he's right there, but he's got to hope that Sora has a little bit of problem. He gets a little, lights it up himself. These guys just have nothing left in those tires. Oh, and he's fishtailing just a little bit, trying to make something happen. Boy, it's going to come down to the carousel almost. He's trying to see if he can get close enough. Titanic battle between the 14 and the 8. He's getting right there. Thought he might have been thinking about trying to make a shot down to the inside. There he is. Is he not close enough? Can he make it? Boy, they're close. And Oh man, does it get any closer? Is he going to make it out of there? Drag. It's going to be a drag race down to the start finish, folks. Sora was able to get out of there, get the power down the most, and Vincent Sora is your winner, ladies and gentlemen, here at Sonoma. I mean, Sinchak gave it one heck of a try there at the end. He knew that at that carousel is where he was going to have to make his move, and he tried the best. I mean, hats off to both of them. Boy, I tell you, it doesn't. You can't race any harder than that. And I mean, that is just awesome. While they're rolling around, let's go ahead and pull up the race results here, the overall results here. And I think maybe they're not ready. I think we may have to wait for a few more cars to cross the start finish line before we can see them. Yeah, they're not ready yet. So I tell you though, wow. Vincent Sora, this one's been a while coming here. He definitely needed to get that, and good job for the 14. Time to do a little bit of celebrating. All right, there's your results there. Vincent Sora, Tom Sinchek second, Thomas Walter third, Sean Huffstetler fourth, Maurice Gomillion fifth, Kyle Rochelle sixth, Aaron Kralik in seventh, Patrick Hernandez eighth position, James Trammell ninth, Adam Westfield rounds out the top 10, followed by Joshua Stevens, Landon Durhold 12th, Dustin Swingle 13th, Kane Hoy 14th. Rick Watchorn holds on to 15th spot there. Jesse Thornock 16th. Ryan Ferraro 17th. Dustin Bohannon 18th position. And 19th we have, let's scroll that down. 19th we have Mike Vano, Gene Calhoun 20th. Christopher Lewis 21st. Dakota Moniz finishes in 22nd position. And we're going to try to get the guys in into the victory circle here. Let's see if we can get them here. Let's go down here. Looks like everybody's there, so we're gonna head on down there with them. Hey guys, congratulations, boy! I tell you, man, Tom and Vincent, boy, you guys put on a titanic battle throughout that entire race. Vincent, boy, I tell you, man, congratulations! You needed that win. I know that one's got to feel good tonight.
Yeah, that feels really good. I've had a lot of bad luck the last, I don't know, like three or so races, or points races, that is. Man, that's just, that's a relief.
Yeah, I tell you, man, and boy, I tell you guys, there's nothing left on those tires, is it?
No, not at all.
I tell you, man, was that a little bit of a strategy there, like a little bit of a fuel strategy? Did you look like you might have short pitted in there one time to get the lead back?
Yeah, well, I thought that Tom was going, when he pit for the first time, I thought that he was trying to stretch to the end. So then when he pit again, that kind of really threw me off because I thought that I would just be able to get back up to him, pass him, but then he pit again and had better tires than me. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, but congratulations, and I know, like you said, that's definitely a win that you needed to get to continue that championship battle, and yeah, so definitely congratulations to you. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Uh, all the other admins, everyone in the league, and my dad because it's his birthday.
10 for it, and we'll let you go ahead and celebrate, and congratulations. Hey, Tom, man, I tell you,
Thank you.
man, I kind of thought getting down there to that carousel, that's going to be about the only place that you can really make something happen. And boy, I tell you, even coming down to it, I was like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? I'm glad you guys didn't take each other out. I wouldn't have wanted to see that. Nobody would have wanted to see that. But you guys
Yeah.
took it right down to the line, man. That was some awesome racing.
Yeah, I was gonna go hard in that hairpin. I was gonna go as hard as I could without crashing him. I didn't want to pull a Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin thing from a couple years back. Um, but literally, if anybody was gonna win other than me, I'm glad it was him because he's been getting bad luck for the past, I don't know, Jesus, since I've been
Yeah.
in this thing. I've seen him getting wrecked every time when he's had a great car. So if anybody was gonna win, I'm super happy it was him. He put up a hell of a fight, and that was just probably the best race I've ever had.
Yeah, yeah, it was something, man. And you've been up there. You've been strong in other races too, and but you guys definitely showed your strength here on the road course today.
Oh yeah, and going back to what he said about the short pit, I was not planning on pitting twice, but when I came out, when he came out the second time, and I heard he was only 19 seconds back, and we had 25 laps to go, there was no
Yeah,
way I was gonna be able to keep that under me if I didn't pit again. That was a great
right.
strategy by him. I know he didn't want to pit early, but I think he had damage from a lap car, so I
Uh-huh.
know he didn't want to pit early, but I mean, it definitely worked out for him in the end, and he totally changed my strategy up, and yeah, that was just great. I can't wait to actually rewatch it later.
Yeah, that's man, that's good to see. You like it, when it's not just about out there racing, and then you got to do some more strategizing, and
Yeah,
he found a way to. Because I mean, I tell you, man, you were coming, man. I tell you, and definitely you might have been the strongest car out there today, and he had to do something and get a little tricky there and throw you a curveball there to try to throw you off, and it paid off for him today. But yeah,
definitely.
anybody want to give a shout out to?
Well, I want to give a shout out to Vincent for putting up a hell of a fucking fight right there. That was great. My brother who's watching, my uncle who's watching, and my cousin who's watching, and you guys and everybody else in the league. That was awesome.
10-4, man. And we'll let you go celebrate. And congratulations again on that second position there.
Thank you, bud.
Hey, Thomas, man, you're still in it, man.
I'll tell you what, if it's the class of the field today, I will happily be the class or the best of the rest.
Yeah.
Impressive showing.
Hey, before you guys go any further, am I going to get fined for the F-bomb that I just dropped on live TV? Am I going to get points deducted or anything?
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm out of here. All right, I'll see you guys.
All right,
yeah, no, I mean, if that's class of the field, I will happily take third. I put down a screamer of a lap. I did not expect to get the pole, but yeah, no, to kind of get just run third. I know I spun early in the race. I thought that was essentially like my tire's done and everything like that. And I really thought I was racing Maurice the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened later in that run, but I caught Sean, and it was off to the races then, and I was like, okay, well, how far away are they? Maybe I can win this thing. And my crew chief was telling me they were about 40, 50 seconds away, so I kind of was thinking, okay, maybe they get stuck in the tire barrier and the hairpin, and maybe I could pull this out. But no, I'll happily take a third after the couple weeks I've had.
Yeah, I tell you, man, and that'll definitely help you in the points there for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, 10-4, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, no, I'll give a shout out to you for streaming these races. I know that it's a tough job to watch us go in and out each week, and shout out to all the people watching. Shout out to my wife who lets me do this every Sunday evening, and she does get mad at me sometimes, but you know what? She loves me anyway, and I love her. So, yeah, no, it can't think of anybody else. I'm just happy that I was able to pull away with a third place here.
10-4, congratulations, man. We're gonna let you go celebrate, and we'll see you next week.
All right, see you.
I know. Well, folks, that is gonna do it for us here, and so once again, we want to thank you for joining us here today for the race. And I tell you, boy, that was that got to be a bit of a barn burner there at the end. And let's see, and just happy that you guys had enjoyed the show there. And I tell you, that was one heck of a finish there. And just want you to remember to like, share, and subscribe so you'll know the next time we go live. And you've been watching the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge here at Sonoma Raceway on Rice Motorsports TV. for all of us here, we want to thank you for joining in, and we'll see you next time around. Have a pleasant evening.